Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 15. Today we will present our project about the chocolate industry. Our group members including me, Sijia Shao, major in accounting, sophomore.
And I'm Ben Pointer, finance major.
Renee Stu, management major.
偏谢econ major.
We are all students within the current School of Management. We have performed extensive research on chocolate for many weeks. Firstly, I will introduce the problem. Mr. Betts, the CEO of Big Sweetie, is considering expanding his business from a candy industry to a chocolate industry. Before going through with the expansion, Mr. Betts would like to know about the production distribution. Basically, he wants to know how to reduce shipping costs of chocolate business, because the cost of shipping can be greater than the cost of product. Then he wants to know the competitors in the chocolate industry, if they are profitable for both big and small companies. And he also wants to know the chocolate market. If there is enough demand, who are the target customers? What's the key trade that would influence his business? Finally, he wants to know whether or not to start a new company or invest in an existing company. Trade in the industry. Firstly, seasonal chocolate is present. These customers are not willing to spend much more money for seasonal chocolate when prices are raised too high. Secondly, recently Mars has had the idea of a refillable bag of chocolate candy. It's an innovative idea that can help them strike big in the chocolate industry. Thirdly, there will always be a demand for chocolate, but to get on top, you need to set yourself apart from the other competitors.
Growth in U.S. retail chocolate sales showed a sales growth of 18.5% for bag, bar, box of chocolate less than 3.5 ounce from 2009 to 2011. This was the highest area of growth for chocolate in that time frame. Despite this, the largest market share is held by either bag, bar, box of chocolate more than 3.5 ounce at 38.5% in 2011. Seasonal chocolate is right after it and holds 23.7% of sales for that year. There are three biggest competitors: the Hershey Company, Mars Incorporated, and the Nestle. Besides, there are some pictures of their products in this slide. According to IBIS, the current chocolate market is dominated by Nestle, Mars, and Hershey. The Hershey Company made around 4,573.5 million in revenue last year. Mars Incorporated made around 2,761.9 million in revenue last year. Nestle made around 1,438.5 million in revenue last year. Pictured above are the market shares for each of these major chocolate companies.
I will now talk about the market size of the chocolate industry. In 2013, the total revenue for all chocolate companies was over 16,000 million. According to the Revenue Outlook on IBIS World, the market size of the chocolate industry should grow around 1% each year. As for the product segmentation, about 45.2% of the chocolate sold is chocolate bars, 29.8% is black chocolate, 15% is box chocolate, and the remaining 10% is in the other category. The demand for chocolate is very intense. In fact, the demand for chocolate is popular for all ages. As I stated on the previous slide, there is a predicted 1% growth rate every year, indicating that the demand is still growing. There is also an increase in cocoa processing. Last year, the cocoa plants in North America processed around 5% more cocoa in the second quarter of the business year than the year earlier. The increase in cocoa plant production indicates that there was a very large demand for chocolate. The revenue is predicted to grow around 16.2 to 16.2 million in the next 5 years. I will now talk about product distribution of chocolate. According to IBIS World US, some of the major places that sells chocolate is wholesaling stores, supermarkets, convenience stores, specialty food stores, and consumers. Mr. Bates will be able to sell his chocolate to any of these stores. Seeing as the company is small, he may want to start selling his chocolate to local convenience or grocery stores and expand from there. The current major concern of Mr. Bates is the high prices of shipping. After doing some research, our team has found 4 ideas to reduce the shipping costs. These ideas are specific for small businesses. The ideas are to obtain discounts with carriers, develop an inbound shipping level, use the correct mode and service level, and consolidate orders when possible. Larger businesses would have a difficult time trying to reduce their shipping costs with these methods. However, due to the fact that we are a small business, we will be able to take advantage of these 4 ideas to reduce our shipping costs.
Shipping. According to PR Newswire in 2015, major freight carriers will start applying dimensional weight pricing to all of their ground packages. This new pricing is estimated to affect 30% of parcels shipped, which means a big jump in shipping costs. With Box on Demand, the high costs involved in this new movement could be avoided as much as possible because packages would be made as small as possible in dimensions. For example, companies who use Box on Demand technology receive a savings of around 20% compared to what they had been spending on shipping without Box on Demand. We believe that buying into this would be a big deal for Mr. Bates' company starting out because excess shipping costs could be eliminated right off the bat. That way he can give himself the best chance possible of making profit. In order to have some success in the chocolate industry, Mr. Bates needs to focus on having the ability to see what consumer preferences are going to be and respond to them as quickly as possible, especially with regards to how seasonal confectionery demand can be. He also needs to know how to make his chocolate products stand out from the others on the market since chocolate is so homogeneous. He will need to set up a solid contract with a cocoa material supplier, that way he doesn't have too many unwanted supply costs along the way. Mr. Bates will need to take notice to the fact that his per unit production costs will be higher than that of a larger company if he is going to start his own small business. He will need to make sure that the consumers know how high quality his chocolate is, that way they are willing to pay a decent amount of money for the chocolate. Finally, he needs to recognize the importance of marketing his product and getting the word out about it. Mr. Bates' company will be different from other chocolate companies by being a small company that focuses on a certain trend that consumers are interested in within the chocolate industry. An example of another small chocolate company is Dream Chocolate. They started small and were able to see success through having such a quick turnaround on orders and personalization. Mr. Bates could try to mimic the quick turnaround aspect of business like Dream Chocolate had as a part of his new small company's goals. Our final recommendation for Mr. Bates after performing extensive research on the chocolate industry as a team is that he should start selling chocolate. Based on the continued high demand of chocolate and the predicted growth of the market for chocolate, Mr. Bates has the potential to make a large profit even by starting his own small chocolate company. Due to the fact that his company will be small, he should not struggle too much with distribution until his company shows growth. To see the most success out of his new venture into the chocolate industry, Mr. Bates should focus his company's time on advertising his chocolate as a seasonal chocolate, as well as making it as unique as possible. And here is a list of all of our sources. Thank you.